Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fenton Forest Farm with me, CWATTYESO. The clock is running at normal speed following the last episode debacle where I forgot to increase the time as we harvested field 4/6 and did the Helgetus Contract to harvest all the oats on this field, hence why it's still the same day in game. Good thing is, it looks like the manure place is now doing producing fertilizer for me, and we're still producing seeds, so it is fixed. What I did do though, I re-downloaded the mod, but I downloaded it from another site, and that seems to have fixed and corrected it, made it work better for me. So it's working. The fertilizer is making fertilizer, which is great stuff. Now we need to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of our day. So we talked about the possibility of baling the straw on field 4 and 6, in which case I'm going to have to jump in here, grab my square baler. I've still got the manual attachment mod rigged up. That's not gone anywhere. That's still effectively in effect. So I have to hop out the tractor, of course. Trigger. That's a bit weird. It goes there. Wrong button. I need to find where the power takeoff is. There. So now I should be able to get me bits and bobs on there. Right. Here's my vehicle list. So I'm also using the Vehicle Explorer mod. Right. Here's what I'm going to do though. There we go, pressing the wrong buttons. Show trains in vehicle list. No thank you. Show train cranes in vehicle list. No, show brand name in vehicle list. Oh. On. Make that a bit bigger for me. Make the background a bit darker. There will do. Clean on repair is on. Save vehicle status is on. On. Ordered list for tabbing. Yes. Right. So we can close that. If we press Alt V, this brings up the list. So then what we can do, we can go, we don't want that vehicle. So I think if we press Alt P, that parks them. Then we can shift them around. So we want that one a bit higher up. Tractors before harvesters, ideally. So that will go up above there. Let's find the 7300. This is right down the bottom of the list. Sorry about this. This is what happens when you get a lot of vehicles. T7 before T9. We'll park you and we'll park you. Fast track we'll put up as well. Max Erectus will definitely go up as well before the harvesters, as will that one. Don't need that one, so we'll park him. We probably will move him up the list. T7 needs to go up the list, as does the T9. We'll park that bad boy. So it takes a little while to sort this stuff out. Cummins with liquid trailer. We can move that up the list, but obviously he does get parked. Scorpion King definitely gets parked. That gets parked. That needs to go up the list. John Deere's for the win. T6 will park because that's down by the main farm. Park that. Park that one as well. Big X is parked, but we'll move him up. And we'll put him more or less up there with the mower. Scraper Special can go up. 9560, so he goes there. And we've got the fertiliser sprayer. Can go there. Challenger. We'll park him, but we will move him up the list. Actually, we'll put him there. And bring that one down and put him there. 8400 will move up. Take him in there, isn't it? Sadly, because he does have a different horsepower. He's not quite as powerful as the 8R. That one can walk. We've got the Hulk Distinction, so that needs to go up. We'll put that with the other trucks. Like so. Another T9 we can move up. Another harvester. We'll put him first in the list because then he'll be nearest the farm anyway. Park that one. Park that one. That one's got to move up. Put him with the trucks. What else have we got down here? Park that. Park that. Park that, but we will move him up. There. And then we've got the new Pterodos T440, which we will park for the time being. Right, that should be all that taken care of. So basically now what happens when I tab through my vehicles, I will tab through them in the order I want. Scraper Special, 9X, and we get the T7, T8, T9, the other T9, fast track. Then we get the trucks. I didn't want to be able to tab to vehicles. How do I turn off tabbing to vehicles? Unless that's a setting I've enabled somewhere. In here, isn't it? Normally switch to trains. Switch to trains is off. What a random diesel locomotive then. Let me fix that. Yeah, we're not having switching to trains, thanks, sunshine. We don't have that malarkey. There we go, John Deere standard. All the New Hollands, fast track through the trucks to the harvesters, to the sprayer, back to the John Deere. Magic. Magic. So yeah, that should probably work better for me than the park vehicle mod. Because A, it's not gonna, I can't tab into them cranes anymore. Admittedly, it tabbed me into the train, but can't really do much about that. Except for parking it. But that's easy fix. And I can reorder me list of vehicles, so I know which vehicles I'm going to tap into all the time. Now, the only problem I've got, I've just realised. I didn't really think this through, did I? A closed course play. Didn't save the course that the harvester did. So, to do bales is going to be... Oh, don't do that. Let's have a quick look. Nothing else has grown in the couple of hours that we've now been running for with the correct time limit on the clock. Hey look, I've connected the baler correctly because it's working, it's switched on. It's going to gather straw for me. Now I was thinking of doing some loose straw as well with a loading wagon, but I will probably end up buying a new loading wagon from the shop. I've got a new toy installed in my mod list. Could make loading straw and general loading wagoning quite a bit easier to do and a bit more fun. I know we've got the John Deere one, which is quite big and quite nice for doing the grass and stuff, but that's over on the main farm. We could probably do with another one on a field like this, couldn't we? Where we've got quite a bit of grass, quite a bit of straw. I want to get it picked up quickly so I can then get on to fertilising the field and terraforming it and cultivating it. Should I say? Not terraforming it. I don't need to do any more terraforming. I think I've done enough now. Missed some straw there. Where the harvester was doing that crazy drunk driving on the headlands. He was all over the shop, wasn't he? Really was. But anyway, we're producing 20,000 litre bales. So what I'll probably do is I'll have a quick drive up and down around the headlands with this one. Generate a few bales. I can always come pick them up then with the truck. Trailer. The 51-foot trailer. That'll get a few straw bales on here, won't it? We can then get sold. And I could look at buying a new toy, a new loading wagon. Use on these sorts of fields out here. Don't think that train's going anywhere now. I think I've broke the train. Didn't have the switch to trains mod activated. The shame in the Vehicle Explorer mod you can't disable tabbing to trains. And it's a shame I have to park it, but hey ho, it's parked. It's done. Tell you what, it's really not easy baling this field, because the guy, this bit's alright, because obviously this is the bit I harvested, so it's actually been harvested quite well, because obviously, you know, I'm an expert combine harvester driver type person. However, the headlandy bits that the cosplay worker did are an absolute flipping nightmare to bale, because they're all wiggly worm. They're all wiggly, jiggly, higgledy-piggledy. Look at the one next to me on the right there. Look at the shocking state of that headland. That harvester did an awful job on this field. An absolutely awful job. Of the headlands. The up and down rows it did fine, but I don't know why it was having such a, you know, difficulty doing the headlands. Why it's gone all zigzaggy and everything. Why didn't it just drive nice, smooth headlands? I really don't get it. But we'll try and get quite a few of these. We'll get a few bales done. Obviously, we're taking advantage of the variable bale capacity mod to obviously make these 20,000 litre bales. I'm wondering, you know, if you could edit that mod. I wonder if you could edit the lure script to make even bigger bales. You know, go really crazy and make like 100,000 litre bales. So you only need to make one bale per field. I bet you could. I bet it works. I bet you can edit the script and make it work to pick up even more. Because obviously if we was even baling this at 20,000 litres, we're going to produce a lot of bales. If we was doing the whole field, which we're not going to do, because obviously I am going to go get another toy to do the rest of the field with. So, yeah, look at the state of it down here, look. When this guy starts doing the headlands down here, he's having a right fit, isn't he? It looks like these headlands look like the sort of heart rate monitor of someone having a stroke. I don't want to hire whoever it was that drove that harvester in the last episode doing Helgetus Contract. Whoever that was, I don't want to hire that person again to do harvesting, because they're absolutely rubbish at it, look. Look how flipping lousy awful they were at doing the headlands. And the headlands are probably one of the easiest bits. You just drive in a circle. You just drive round. You don't have to worry about going dead super amazing straight, but you don't jerk the wheel backwards and forwards like you're trying to dodge the bullet from a sniper. Doesn't it? As you just look at these zigzags here, you think the guy was trying to avoid getting shot or something. Maybe he was having, you know, flashbacks to the war or something, you know, and he was having PTSD or something. I don't know. Hard to say. But we'll get the bales picked up. Well, we'll get the bales made first, then we'll hopefully get them picked up. And hopefully I will pick up all the bales. I know the last time we did bales, which was field 11, I ended up missing a couple of bales. Even though I looked round and thought I did a double check to make sure I'd got them all, I ended up missing 4 bales. So I will definitely be making sure I pick up all the bales on this field before I go anywhere else. Before I go off and sell anything, we will make sure I've got all the bales. Same when I come to do the rest of the straw collection with the new toy. I'll make sure I get as much of it picked up. I mean, there's like going to be little bits here, there and there, like the bit I've just missed, which I probably won't pick up. But the bulk of it, the big clumps and stuff, I definitely want to make sure I get those hoovered up and assorted. And we want to be making sure we get everything else done. Zigzag and slide around here. Bish bash boshel. Right, just do a quick savey game bit here. Have a bit of a look at the statisticals, see how many bales we've actually made. Keep a track of the number. We don't want to make too many, because I don't know how many bales the bale loader thingy can hold. Part of me thought it was 50 odd bales, but I don't think it's anywhere near that. I think it's about 38 bales that bale trailer can hold. The 51-foot trailer. And what I am going to do at this point is time-lapse the footage, because I had a very long period of the video where I just stopped speaking and kind of just zoned out in the chair and stopped doing commentary. I think I mentioned it in the last video. I just kind of stopped doing commentary, and then I'm pretty sure I started, when I did occasionally speak, I was actually just talking to myself and not talking to you guys. I was having like conversations with myself out loud, which is very bad when you're recording videos. Don't do that. So anyway, I'll leave you with a bit of time-lapsey footagey bit, and then I'll hopefully carry on when I start speaking again. Okay, so let me just apologise right now for not speaking a great deal during this episode, or certainly during this task, this baling of the bales. I'm kind of just chilling out here in my GT Omega chair. I've got it in the fully reclined back position, and I'm just really chilled out right now doing this. I've had a long day today, what with having to get up early this morning to go to a hospital appointment, which was 50 miles away in another county, in a city, which meant I obviously had to hit the road very early because my appointment was very early. I also had physical therapy whilst I was at this appointment, which is obviously quite draining on me, and then I've had to travel home. We've then had the afternoon of drama. And now, as I'm recording this, nearly 5 PM in the evening UK time, I am feeling very sleepy. And like I say, I'm just laid back here in my chair, doing this baling, and I could nod off. I could go to sleep and have a little nap. But I don't want to do that, because I'm pretty sure my tea will be ready soon, my dinner will be ready, and I would sooner, if I'm going to have any kind of nap or sleeping, I'd do it after I've had my dinner. Not before. But anyway, we'll try and get the rest of these bales picked up, the rest of these headlands, get the headlands finished off. As soon as I've done the headlands, that's it, I'm going to stop, no more baling. I'll go get the other toy purchased, and we can get the rest of the straw picked up that way. Another thing I may possibly have a look at doing, that scumbag train that I still owe some measure of payback to for running me over recently when I was taking my logs to the sawmill. If you saw in a previous video when it absolutely nailed my John Deere log trailer, I may actually get my payback, because right now that train is just parked. It's sat there at the side of the field, it's not going anywhere, it's parked. But you know what? I feel like taking it and parking it somewhere completely random on the map, far away from civilization as possible, and just leaving it to rot. Leaving it so far out of the way it can never cause me any trouble and be a nuisance ever again. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do, once I've finished baling, once I've done the baling, before I go and get the new toy, I'm going to take that train and I'm going to move it. I'm going to park it somewhere else where it can never cause a problem, never flip over any of my equipment ever again. You scumbag train, scumbag train. Yeah, payback's coming for you, sunshine. Payback is coming, so I'll go grab that and take it and move it somewhere in a minute. Just finish this last little bit of headland, this shocking headland that the harvester did with his crazy zigzaggy motion. Don't know why he did that, but anyway, as I say, we'll get I think this is the last of the headlands, so we'll be able to hop out the baler in a second and then go and grab the train, and then we'll go to the store, buy our new toys, and come back, finish off this straw. It's been a long job this on this field. The Oat Harvest yesterday for Helgetus, and now to do the straw. But that's the price you pay when you have super duper awesome Uber fields. Oh, I can't wait for the Welker Farms map to come out with their massive fields. Oh, that'll be fun. They'll be fun working and doing straw collecting on. Most definitely. There we go. That's the headlands done, finished. We'll eject the bales, but we'll eject them a bit further out of the way of the field, because obviously I don't really want them in the way for the new toy, because obviously we're not going to get the bales picked up first. We'll try and get the straw picked up before we do the bales. Right, let's go move that train. Right, how many bales did we do? 36. Nice even round number. That's plenty. And the 20,000 litres each, so you can do the maths on that to work out how much straw we've got already. Right, where's this flipping scumbag train? We're going to go take it, park it somewhere. Where's it gone? Where's the train gone? Where? It was right here. Oh, you know what that... It's been sat there all that time. Parked, and then it got wind that I was going to go and park it somewhere stupid, and it's done a runner. It's scarpered for its life. It knew. It knew I was coming for it. So now it's bound to be driving around the map somewhere, getting up to no good and causing mischief and mayhem. Anyway, let's buy our new toy. It's a new loading wagon with a built-in windrower, which means it can pick up much wider rows of whatever it wants, whether it's be straw, grass, hay, silage, whatever you want to chuck all over the floor and pick up. This can do it, and it can do it much better than a normal loading wagon, because, as I say, it's got a huge windrower on either side, which directs all the material into the loading bit and then into the trailer. And let's get a nice big tractor as well to pull it. Let's go for something a bit specialised, something we haven't really seen before, that I haven't used before. Let's go for the Fenton Tri-6 6-wheel tractor. And what I like about this tractor is it doesn't have an articulating body. It's still steered by the front wheels like a normal regular tractor. It's not like a Challenger or a quad track or anything like that where it pivots. It's still a proper tractor, but it's got 6 wheels, it's got 1500 horsepower, and it is a beast of a machine. It is, however, a little bit awkward that it's the only Fenton tractor I now own, and it's a bit of an odd one out. Okay, I need to get that PTO attached. So I'm trying to find some of the hitboxes, the triggers, to attach some of these implements is a bit tricky. I'm not going to lie, I don't think that's 100% Wopster's fault and the manual attach mod. I do think a lot of it's down to Giant's models in the game not having, you know, really accurate attachment points and stuff. It does make it a little bit awkward for me. Right, I think we've got the PTO attached, so I may be dropping the manual attach mod from future use from the next video onwards. It's been nice to have had to play with it for a couple of episodes, but I noticed there's sadly more things wrong with it than there is right. And as I say, it's not down to the mod author, it's just down to the game. And you know what works really well when you're trying to pick up straw on a field with a loading wagon? If you actually lower the pickup. I'm driving up the field and it's like, nope, still got it raised. Still got it sitting in the air. Yeah, it might be spinning around, it might be making a noise, but until I put it on the ground, it ain't going to pick out up. Look at it go. 2 rows at a time. Imagine if this was grass. It could probably do 3 rows on a grass field at the same time. Maybe even 4. Wow. Can make picking up loose grass so easy. I would need to get one of them production places put down, of course, that can make the grass into hay. I don't really want to muck about tedding fields if I can help it. Although if I tow the tedder behind the crone, it doesn't make that much of a bigger swath, does it, of hay? Something to think about, maybe? But then again, how much hay do we really use? Because the cows are eating TMR more than anything. The sheep are quite happy just having grass. The horses don't get through a lot of hay. The pigs don't touch it, so how much more of that sort of stuff do I need? If I make it, all I'm going to be wanting to do is sell it. Oh, missed a load of straw there. I'll have to pick that up in a second. With this lovely Fenton Tri-6. The mod author is working on an update for this tractor. He's going to release a V2 version of it, which has a few more customization options and features and functionality and stuff on it, which should be quite awesome. It's just a pity now that it's a bit of an odd vehicle out on me farm, in my fleet, because I got rid of all my Fenton tractors when we updated to the new version of the map earlier on in the series. I know there's people who would say, oh, it's alright, you switch back to the Fenton, buy more Fenton, buy some Fenton tractors. I'm sure Helgi would be happy for me to buy Fenton tractors because he likes all that German stuff. He would probably prefer me to have Fenton tractors than New Hollands and John Deeres. I'm sure he would. I'm sure he'll leave a comment in the section below to let me know that he would prefer me to have Fentons. Again. That's one of the things I'm thinking about as well when I come to do my next map, whatever map I choose to play on next. What brand of vehicle I'm kind of going to go for. What I'm going to do. Maybe pick one brand and just stick with one brand of vehicle. Don't add other vehicles in, other brands. But then it's a case of what brand do I go for, and do I go for something that perhaps I've not done before or used before in any videos or series. So maybe do a map where I don't buy any John Deere stuff. I know there'll be people right now screaming at the screen telling me not to do that because they like the John Deere tractors. Big John Deere fans everywhere. I wonder if it does get a little bit boring when you're watching videos, especially on different maps where people use the same vehicles all the time. It would probably bore me if I was watching a lot of Let's Plays and stuff, if people just kept using the same vehicles all the time, regardless of whatever map they played on. That's why I like the mods, because it does at least give you a bit of variety and allows you to mix things up a bit. One of the reasons why I heavily endorse and use mods, because if I was just playing with the default tractors in the game, like the Giants tractors and stuff and equipment, I would probably get bored very quickly, because there isn't a lot of variation. There's not a lot of stuff you want to use. You would quickly sort of tend to veer towards using the same types of machinery all the time, because you know what works well for you. Like, you know you're going to go for the biggest fertiliser spreader, the biggest fertiliser sprayer. You know you're going to go for the biggest harvester you can get your hands on, the biggest ploughs, the biggest cultivators, the biggest seeders, because it just makes your life easy. Oh look, there's the scumbag train driving around the map, making a nuisance of itself. See, I knew it snuck off. It snuck off because it knew I was going to park it somewhere silly, and it's flipping tried to escape me. But I will remember. I remember what it did to me, and I will not forget, and I will not forgive. There will come an opportunity for me to take that train and take it on an adventure. Oh yes. Hey, you know what else isn't a great adventure? Having a full trailer and having to empty it. In fact, I'm not actually going to bother going very far to empty. I'm just going to drive over here. Drive over them scumbag railway tracks. Let's see, can I sell the straw here, or do I have to go up to the animal dealership? Yeah, I have to go to the animal dealership, I'm afraid. I am going to edit the map. That's one thing I'm going to do. Make a note. Write it down somewhere to remind myself. I'm going to open this map up and I'm going to edit it. I'm going to add a few more of the bits and bobs to some of the sell points, so I can sell more stuff at the sell points on the map. I want to be able to sell seed and fertilizer because I can make it. I want to be able to sell me cotton at actual places on the map rather than those modded sell points. So I'm thinking of putting the cotton into the ports, basically ship it abroad somewhere. I'm also thinking of adding water to a few more of the sell points. We could do water deliveries to a few of the places. I think the mills would like water. I'm pretty sure you need water when you're making dough and stuff for making bread. So I'm pretty sure they would need water. And I'm also thinking of adding a couple of sell points. I'm adding the digestate to a few sell points on the map as well, because we've got loads of that. And we generate tons of that from obviously selling stuff to the BGA, whether it be slurry, whether it be bales. So having somewhere where I can sell more of the digestate would be very useful, because the only place I can sell digestate at the minute is the heating plant, and that doesn't pay out a great deal. Well, it pays out okay, but obviously once I've sold a bit there, it tends to crash the price. So having some extra options and extra places to be able to go and take digestate and sell it. It's one thing I would like to see in the 4X version of the map, when Stevie gets round to that, is making a bit more of the stuff in the game sellable at sell points. Like I say, being able to sell seed and fertilizer, you know, the producible stuff. Especially now we're getting these production mods where we can produce items. Having places on the map where we can sell those items would be very beneficial. And like I say, I do like lots of options when it comes to sell points on maps, you know. So hopefully Stevie can incorporate some more sell points in the 4X map and offer a wider variety of things to sell. It will also be interesting to see if on the 4X map you also incorporate some of the additional fruit types that we're seeing on other custom maps. Things like carrots and onions and some of the other crop types that a lot of custom maps are adding as additional fruits. Whether he could maybe include stuff like that into the map to expand on, because obviously on the current version of the map I'm playing on now, we can only harvest what is in the vanilla game, the vanilla crops. But there's a lot of maps now that offer you extra stuff you can plant and grow and seed and harvest and stuff. So it'd be maybe cool if, maybe nice to see some of that on the 4X version of the map, just to give us more options again when we're planting stuff on fields. Because I have obviously got to the stage, more or less, in the series where we have had every single crop in the base game planted on the map at the same time. We've had a different crop on every field and we've had all the crops covered. So I would like to see additional fruit types that we can plant and harvest on a future map. That's my request to Stevie for the 4X map. Additional fruit types. Let us do carrots. Let us do onions. Let us do cabbages. You know? All that good stuff. Does mean as well he would have to modify some of his vehicles. Some of his vehicle mods. to make them compatible with additional fruit types. Which could then lead to him doing a whole new mod pack of mods, vehicles and tools and stuff to coincide with the launch of the 4X map. Okay, why is this truck driving so slow with this trailer on the back? I can't get above 40 kilometres an hour. We're having a real... This thing used to fly about, tip over at every corner. And I can't get this thing moving. Why are we on such a go slow? Have I forgot to do something? Is there something I'm missing? Let's stop the truck. Let's get out. Let's have a look and hunt about. I haven't attached this trailer. This trailer was already attached to the truck. But because I'm using the manual attach mod, am I missing something? Yeah. It hasn't got the hoses on it. Okay. I couldn't release the air brakes. I bet this thing will fly now. Now I can take the brakes off, look. Oh yeah. Speed is fixed. Yeah. If you're using the manual attach mod, you really have to make sure you double, triple, quadruple check when attaching stuff to vehicles, because you've got to make sure you've got the item attached, any power takeoffs attached, then any hoses, cables, wires have to be attached. It's so easy to miss, and if you do miss one of the bits, it just the equipment doesn't work. Just doesn't work. No ifs, no buts, no coconuts. If you haven't got everything hooked up, it don't work. Which is why I think, for simplicity's sake and for my own sanity, I will probably take the mod out again of the playlist. Out of the load list. Until it's had a bit more refining. And until Giants have done some more refining to the vehicles in game to make sure they are, you know, more compatible with connections and stuff. Because it does annoy me having seeders and planters attached to tractors that basically just have the trailer attached. They have nothing powering the hydraulics, nothing powering the electronics. So in real life, there is no way you could fold or unfold the seeder or planter because it hasn't got any hydraulic connections. It's got no hoses attached. And you couldn't switch the seeder on or off because it's got no electrical connections. They really have done a lazy job on some of the equipment in this game, Giants, when they've modelled it. They haven't included all the correct attachments needed to attach to tractors. So unfortunately, Wopster and his manual attach mod just cannot do those types of equipment justice, because you literally attach the trailer and hey presto, it's magic, it works, because there are no hoses or PTOs to attach on those machines, on those seeders and planters. Anyway, we'll get these bales picked up. There's 36 of them on this field, so that's how many I need to see on this trailer before we leave this field. We're not going to miss any. And I was right, this trailer does not hold 50 odd bales like for some reason I thought it did. It only holds 38, so we'll have a couple spare, won't we? We'll have a little bit of space, and I'm not going to unload them onto the trailer until I get to the BGA, because as I fly around these corners and around the road to get to the BGA, we'll end up tipping this trailer over. So keep the bales in ghost mode. Drive across the railway line carefully. just in case that scumbag train is trying to murder me again. Right, let's go. Oh, what? Hang on a minute. That car. Oh, and he just drives off. He just leaves the scene. He's caused an accident. He's flipped my truck over, put me on my roof, and the car just drives off as if nothing's happened. Fleeing the scene of a crime. Right, can I get this thing tipped back the right way up? Please? Come on. Hey, there we go. That'll do. Drop it down. Tell you what, there have been AI drivers in this game. They're as bad as the train. They try to kill me every chance they get. And I don't like being on my roof, upside down, in a vehicle. Been there, done that in real life. It's not pleasant. But thankfully, Mr. Miyagi here seems to have survived the accident quite well. He hasn't suffered any injuries. He's able to carry on his way. He's far more fortunate than I was. Right, let's get rid of the bales. So I'm going to unload them onto the trailer. I think if I just drop them on the trailer as it stands now, they will disappear, most of them. Because the trigger on this map is pretty good. Stevie did a good job on the bale triggers on the map for the most part. The Giants maps have terrible bale triggers and detection, and the horse map that they released on the mod hub recently, they forgot to include bale sell points on that at all. And then they have the cheat to turn around and fail maps that other mod makers submit because for reasons, yet their own map don't even support the most basic features of the game, which is part of the guidelines, the mod hub guidelines for submitting maps. It states quite clearly that a map must support all the crop types and animals and features found within the base Farming Simulator 19 game. So thank you for watching the video. Please go ahead and click that like button if you haven't done already. Please leave your questions, comments, suggestions, feedback in the comment section down below. And go ahead and click that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber of the channel. From me, CWATTYESO here on the Fenton Forest Farm. It is goodbye for now.